in 2004, and the number of victims, survivors rather, would not be the number that we have today?
You know, that would require us to speculate, obviously. And we're not here to speculate on what might have happened, but I can tell you that if that's the case, you don't know the sorrow we feel about that. We share in that. We've expressed that. But I can't speculate on what would have happened. I know there were many cases in the 90s. So I don't know. I don't want to degrade any case that's been before. I don't want to get into that. Each one is important. But to speculate on what might have happened if we've done something in 2004, I just don't know. Next.
Hi, my name's Barbara Curtis. I'm a longtime resident of Meridian Township and also a longtime parent, grandparent, and foster parent. As a result of my advocacy work for young people, many young people come to me referred by former foster kids, grandkids. And I have a comment and a question. There's a great deal of abuse of children that is not being addressed. I can think of 2 cases the past 6 months where a young person thrown down the stairs, the police called the ambulance, but never followed up to see if that home was a safe place. Another instance I'm still involved with is a young person being locked out of her home in frigid weather, being beaten frequently, mothers using drugs, no follow-up. The adults are always believed in these instances, and my question is, what training is going to be given to officers to start believing these young people and encouraging safety for these young people, not just criminal sexual conduct cases, but all young people?
Well, first of all, most importantly, the first part of your question, Assistant Chief Plaga, you want to raise your hand? I would ask that you immediately come over and get with Assistant Chief Plaga, and let's address those issues most importantly. Because I can tell you, I've been here almost 5 years. I personally have not received any other than this, any other concerns or complaints against our department involving CSCs. I take this personally. I appreciate your comments, and I want them to be followed up on. So I'd ask that you, as soon as we leave, get together with our administration, and let's figure that out. As far as what kind of training, we're going to do everything that it takes. We're going to bring in experts from the outside who come in, and I don't want to take away from, this is really important. But I also want to mention that we've had many successes when it comes to putting pedophiles away in this community. I go back to April 4th of 2015 when pedophile Joshua Harding approached 2 kids at the East Lawn Cemetery. Brian and Kanan from our department put him away. You may recall that case because the perpetrator attacked Brian Kanan in the courtroom. So this department has some great examples of what we've done in the community. But missing one is too many, and I hope that you'll get together, and I hope that we can address those issues. There will be I take this personally. My daughter's in this room right now. And I'll tell you what, we are going to be the best. The good things are going to come out of this. Brianne, you talk about what we can do going forward. Brianne's going to help us. Brianne's agreed to partner with Sergeant McCready. We can't undo what happened in 2004. We can only be better because of it. And we're going to take all the steps necessary to make that happen. And I will hold everyone accountable to make sure that happens. And this board is going to hold me accountable. Next.
Over here. This question is for the chief as well. Sonia Mogi with CNN. Wanted to know if at any time when the department notified, or if the department notified MSU that it was looking into one of its employees about a complaint, and also have you received any other reports of Nassar? Did you at any time receive any other reports of Nassar to your police department, whether it was a 911 call or a report other than Brianne?
We did not contact MSU at the time. I believe that they didn't recognize the connection. That does not mean we would have contacted them. but we didn't make the contact. And your second questions, I'm sorry? Yes, the answer to that question is during that period of time, no, not that we found. We don't anticipate to find any. We have had 2 calls, as I recall, 2 calls from victims who wanted to report information. That information was passed on to MSU Police Department, who were at that time doing all the investigations. So we passed that on.